Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. This is going to be a very short video because it's the third time that I've videoed it. The first time somebody knocked at the door. The second time I had my camera on pause and not on record, so I made the whole pages, and then when I went to turn it off I realised I hadn't turned it on. So I'm going to show you what I've made today. These are the two pages that I made last time. I made project 1, and so I did change a couple of little pieces after I'd finished videoing, and I added these little leaves on. I wasn't going to, but I thought it just needed something, and when I laid them on the project I thought it looked really nice. So this was the first set of pages that I made, and it was when we took my son to Scotland with his baby sister, and he loved seeing the Highland cows, and he talked about it the whole year. So the following year we camped again and we went back to see the Highland cows, and he was just as enamoured with them. So my second set of pages, let me just pick them up, actually have the cows on again. He's a little bit bigger and his baby sister's walking a little bit bigger. And instead of making project 2 next, I made project 3, and I've made this for my daughter's scrapbook, and I knew that she would like this paper. So instead of using the trees, I just turned it over and I used the animal paper instead. I did change a few bits. Let me pop these out. I think they go that way. I changed over the colour of the base card. I didn't use the crushed curry. I used the pink, I think it's like a petal pink. I used the pink instead. I didn't have, let's go back to the first layout. Where's that one? Oh, it's here on this side. I didn't have a portrait size photograph. I only had sort of landscape. So if I move that one out of the way, we can look at the first page together. So I did the same layout, but I used a portrait, a landscape instead of a portrait, and I didn't want to use this sentiment, the "in all give thanks." I wanted to use the "grateful for this moment together." So I changed the sentiment piece. I kept like the pendented ends the same, the paper's the same apart from this is turned over. And the layout here has these little elements at the right hand side, but it seemed a bit tight under here, so I popped them at the left hand side. I did put the little tree out and the 2 circles, but I didn't put the tree trunk out. I popped 2 little, oh, that one's not glued on, 2 little toadstools and one of the triangular trees. And on the one I made last time, I saw that it said you could colour in with markers to colour in the leaves and the trees, and I didn't. But afterwards, when I looked at it, I felt like it needed just something. I'm going to pop that on there, look. So what I did, excuse my reach, is I just used my pencil, and I went over just to give a little bit of definition. But if you want to use a colour and a colour marker on that, that's perfect. Okay, so that was the first page. Nearly the same, a few little changes. The second page, again, I didn't have the photographs that they show. I didn't have 4 of these little square ones. I only had 3 left, and one of them, it wasn't going to look right if I cropped it too much. I wanted you to be able to see all of the bunnies, and I wanted my daughter to see all of the bunnies. She actually has a house bunny right now. As a grown-up, she has a little house bunny. She's loved those rabbits ever since. We used to have a bunny at home. She had bunnies on her pyjamas. She had a pyjama case that was a bunny. She went through a real stage of liking them, and it never went away. So I wanted her to have this larger picture of her and the bunnies. But you can see I changed this a little bit as well. The paper's the same, except this piece is flipped over. I did use the same grateful little wooden element, I changed the photographs. Instead of having 2 of the circles, I only put 1. And I'd used the happy days on the previous set of pages. So what I did was I put the enjoying the last days of summer, and I moved where I had the pennant as well, because otherwise I would have had to put this over my photograph here and it didn't look as nice. So just a few little changes. And I did check, it is half price in the sale at the moment. It's sort of the end of the mini catalogue and it's going to be the start of the new annual catalogue. So there are quite a few things on the last chance pages. And instead of being $58, this is $29 at the moment. And if you didn't want the whole kit, even just the paper is on sale. I think that was about $8.50 for the pack of paper. So you could recreate something like this really easily and use elements that you have at home as well. So I hope you like those. I will show a video of the last project, project number 2, but at the moment, this is how far I am. So I've got 1 spread for my daughter and 1 spread for my son. I'm not sure which pictures I'm going to put on the next spread, but stay tuned and you'll see what I do. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.